Good game. Got a few more games. One was gifted to me today. Congratulations. I don't buy that many games. I go to Fanatical and like Humble Bundle is how you say that. And I check for their deals and stuff, like currently on I think Fanatical, it might be Humble Bundle. There's a build your own strategy game bundle, and it's like 3 games for 2.99 or something like that. And one of them is uh, Tropico 4, which is one of my all-time favorite city builders. So I think I'm gonna buy that bundle. The other games look like garbage, but Tropico 4 for like 2.99 is a pretty good deal. Or in my opinion, is a good deal. I've spent hundreds of hours playing that game on my Xbox, and yeah, I love the Tropico series. I don't really know why. Oh, we've let our engine run for like literally 14 hours. Probably not great. We've lost like 8 gallons of liters of gas. We are pretty well charged though, so let's shut this off for the time being. We're gonna want to expand our batteries and things in there anyway eventually. Oh, I never cooked that meat I said I was going to cook. Right, because we went off to deal with. I've been very hungry and very thirsty for a long time. That's not great. And a lot of this food has rotted, which is not good, including a bunch of chunks of meat. Why are you all rotten? I guess they probably have the mushy flag. I really hate the mushy flag. Basically, the mush. No, I did not turn on the freezer. Good call. That sucks. I thought it would auto on again. Turn on. No, not the fridge. Turn on freezer. Man, I'm just screwing up left and right. Thankfully, there is a farm nearby. The odds of it having animals is not super high, but it's definitely a place we could investigate. Frostpunk. Kind of disappointing to me, but maybe I got my expectations too hyped up. I think Frostpunk. So I love anything that's like a cold weather environment. I'm a big fan of. Well, The Thing is probably my favorite movie ever made. John Carpenter's The Thing, 1980, whatever, 83, I think. I can't really remember. Fantastic film, and I love cold weather environments. And Frostpunk is obviously a cold weather environment, and I thought it looked so good. And then when I actually like looked at it, it was a little bit lackluster to me. It didn't feel like there was enough to do, I guess. It was a little too much like just sit back and let the status quo continue. A lot of like the edicts, I don't know what they're called in that game, but like like I don't know another word for it, edicts or proclamations, whatever, like the rules you can set in place. I didn't really like them. They were really good role play, like adding, sawdust to food and stuff. That's all really cool role play, but like the actual game was like not it didn't mean that much to me. I think the concept it was very cool. I just couldn't get into Frostpunk. Same with They Are Billions. I guess they came out around the same time. They're tied together in my memory for some reason. And They Are Billions is like, yeah, it was fun, but it quickly became. It just got boring to me. And like, because you are guaranteed to lose the game, I just have a hard time investing in something that I know is going to end eventually. Like, if I play like SimCity or like another colony builder, it could go on potentially indefinitely, but because They Are Billions ramps up and ramps up and ramps up, you're guaranteed to lose. And I just didn't like that so much. Or maybe you're not, maybe I'm just bad at it. I don't know. I love that movie. What, The Thing? Yeah, it's like the greatest movie ever made. Freaking I mean, I don't want to go too deep in it. It's a great movie. I love that movie. I watch it way too much. I even watched the remake or the 2011 The Thing, which is considerably worse than the John Carpenter, first one. But like, yeah. And everybody says, oh, it's based on that movie from like way back in the day. I think it's based on a movie from like the 30s or something. I think it's called The Thing from Another World or something like that. People always say, "Oh, did you?" Well, it's not really an original. It's from way back when, blah blah blah. But it's like they're so very different. I don't really see the overlap. I get maybe he based it a little bit on that, but like it's so different. I don't think that the comparison is fair. Anyway, not to ramble. Kenshi is good, but a bit buggy. Yeah, I could not get into Kenshi at all. It does not run very well on my computer, and it just felt a little bit too open. I wanted more direction than I got. Have you played Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines, or Redemption? So I played. So it's this is a complicated story. When I was a kid, I bought Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. Came out in like I don't know, probably like 99. I don't really remember. But it was an older game. Bought it. It would not run on my computer back in the day. We didn't really have a very good computer, and I I couldn't play it for years. I didn't get to play it, but I had the manual. In fact, I still have the manual, and I read the manual over and over and over because I was a young kid, and like the idea of it seemed really really cool. The story behind it, the role play aspect, this kind of world building stuff, and really loved the concept of this stuff. And then I finally played the game when I was like, I don't know, 18, and the game is not very good, frankly. Redemption's pretty basic as far as I'm concerned. You're there more for the story than the gameplay. And then I own Bloodlines, and it's kind of the same story. I couldn't get it to run right. Basically, that game had a lot of issues running on modern PCs, but I think it's mostly been patched. I've just never gone back to play it. And then I played the Vampires Coterie game that came out like a year ago. It's like a text adventure, visual novel kind of thing. And I played that for a little bit, and it's the same thing. It's like it got really cool, interesting story beats, but like I just couldn't get into it enough to actually play it. Anyway, Cataclysm is a you are going to die. You say that. I actually don't die that much in Cataclysm. Most of the time, my characters quote die because I get sick of playing them and then just abandon them because I get bored. We've been doing nothing in this game. We should probably do something because people are going to get sick of just hearing me talk. Yeah, I usually play Cataclysm until I get bored and then I quit. Usually if I die, it's in like the first day, and usually it's like one episode and it's over. Like I think, didn't we die initially when we started this series? And then we just pivoted again to a new character and we're still going? Pretty uncommon that I die like mid-game. Pilsner is spilled and therefore dirty. We're not hungry or thirsty. I guess we'll, I don't really care about Fab that much. Do we have any other mechanics books? I would like to start some vehicle work in the near future. Actually, let's do electronics instead. We're going to need electronics to build ourselves a welder and things anyway. We only can get to electronics 3, which is not very high. This is a plus to fun, so we'll read this one first. Yeah, we'll read this one first. This is fine. Both games have great fan patches. Yeah, I've heard that so Bloodlines, like I said, I couldn't get it to work. I tried maybe like 4 years ago. I tried to do some of the fan patches and stuff to make it run on a more modern computer. Couldn't really get it to work on my old laptop. And then after that, I watched Mathis Games play a little bit of it. I guess he's a pretty big fan of the Vampire series. And he has a Let's Play of Bloodlines, so I watched him play a little bit of it. It's not really what I expected it to be, but it looks playable, looks enjoyable, and again, I think the world building with the Vampire games is what's really appealing about them. Are we doing weight-wise? We're still normal weight. Let's continue eating meat, and let's not get too full, because we want to drink as well. Drink some water here. Water. Satisfied, no longer thirsty. Let's head to bed, I think. Let's take off our plate armor again. For sleeping. Have ourselves a sleep, and I'm gonna take a nice cool drink of tea. You need to eat more calorie dense food. Well, we'll get right on that. Most of mine last long until quote Jack. I blame Jack. What did he do? Gonna get you to explore some interesting locations. You will like it. Oh, I see. You mean on stream? Scared of the new merge for vehicles, it's trying to add an extra block on the sides when turning to prevent zombies jumping in mid-ride, but supposedly the extra width still has a hitbox. Interesting. They've talked for a long time about implementing something to prevent zombies from popping in your diagonal vehicles. Let's check our vehicle, by the way. Holding out just fine. I didn't really think that doesn't sound like a very good solution way to do it, but you know, I don't know. Maybe it's only an extra block when it's on the diagonal. I really don't know. There's old guard will not know what hit them. You're talking about building up a character to attack the old guard. Oh, I see. No real idea till you get your hands on it. Yeah, I mean, that's how it always is. You never really know until you get your hands on it and start playing it. I gotta imagine there was some playtesting that went on. People do seem to struggle with the idea that playing on experimental is experimental. So, like, you know, a lot of times they don't know how bad or good things will be until after it's been implemented. So it's kind of like, yeah, it might suck or it might be great. This chunk of meat that I just pulled out of the vehicle rotted in my inventory on the way over here, so that's exciting. So, are you still not freezing? Is the freezer is on. So as soon as I pull meat out, it just rots. I guess we must have frozen it right around. Yeah, it's already rotten. Great. So we're out of all of our meat. So that's exciting. There's a fox to my west. I don't think a fox is going to yield much meat. We could always drive all the way back to the ranch where there was a ton of animals, but like, I don't want to go back. Let's head up to this farm, see what we've got up here. Maybe we can find some meat. Let's pull out all this other meat, which is going to go bad as soon as I pull it out. Yeah. Great. This is fun. So like part of being experimental is that they need people to play test things. So like, yeah, they might not know if it's good or bad. It's just one of those things you're going to have to, they'll figure it out and they'll get it sorted. Did I kill all these corpses? I guess I did. It's only on the diagonal, needs the extra hitbox. Not read as part of it according to the merge. It's supposed to act as a fake part. Oh, and their chat disconnected and reconnected. So I might have missed. I didn't miss anything. We're good. Yeah, I haven't seen that PR. I'll be honest, I only check PRs like once a week. We see a wasp somewhere I'm a little worried about. Zombie climbs to its feet. So it was killed by something, probably the wasp. I see some coyotes as well. Let's take a look around at these animals. Coyotes are a good source of meat. The cat, not so much. Zombie, I don't really care about you, zombie. You're basically dead. What were you fighting with? Let's stop and keep our eyes peeled for the wasp as we do this. And we'll just put this zombie out of its misery. Getting a bit frustrated over the food issue. As far as I know, it's been fixed. Are you talking about the being hungry? Or overeating, or needing to overeat because it's burning more calories than it's supposed to. As far as I know, that was fixed. There was a comment on the forum today. Someone said, hey, I'm eating a lot and I don't understand, I'm still losing weight. And someone said it's been fixed in the current experimental. So that's the version I'm on. Hopefully that is true. We are still normal weight, but we were working at a calorie deficit prior to that. So I can't really for sure say that that's been fixed, but that's what I think Kevin specifically said, that it was fixed in a recent experimental. So sorry jackals or coyotes, you had to go. So it looks like only 2. That's pretty unusual. Usually they come in big packs, but we will absolutely butcher these animals. Can we full butcher? We can. We have 0 butchering. No, we don't. I don't have a knife. Oh, check my connection. Okay. Sure, I'll do that, Xbox, you piece of garbage. Yeah, I missed a whole bunch of chat. Hello, chat. Getting famished like straight away. No, it hasn't been fixed. I'm using fast metabolism, so it's extra bad. Well, that's what the comment on the forum said. Someone was saying I'm using fast metabolism, blah, etc. And Kevin commented and said it was an issue, but it's been fixed. But I'll be honest, I haven't looked at the PRs and stuff, so I don't actually know. Jack Odles. Check my... I'm so tired of this. It says I'm connected. Like, I can literally see my achievements and all that. So clearly I have an internet connection. So why do you do this to me? We'll get back to the game here. Should be okay. So we'll butcher these corpses. Why don't I have a butchering tool? I must have dropped my knife somewhere. I'm a little annoyed still that you can't favorite items in containers. Has that been fixed? Nope. Nope, can't favorite items. So we dropped our knife somewhere. Ah, dang it. And without a butchering tool, we're going to do a really bad job butchering these things for meat. 10 viewers. Hello, everybody. I don't look at the viewer count. One, because Streamlabs doesn't really update. So, like, if I go to Streamlabs, oh, it does say I have 10 viewers. Usually, with Streamlabs, it doesn't update the viewer count as much as it should. So I never really know, and I don't really care about you know, streamer count so much. I need something. Give me a sharp rock, even just something. Butchering 0 is not going to cut. Let's just drive back. Who cares? Let's drive back. Pick up a nice knife. Okay, don't hit the radio tower. We'll come back out. We'll butcher these poor animals that we murdered mercilessly for no good reason other than because we're hungry. And then, yeah, we'll take the meat back and hopefully address our calorie issue. Seeing a lot of zombies, but the wasps are the main thing I'm concerned about when I travel up there. I really don't want to deal with the wasp. Okay, not a tool would be on our weapons pile, or is this is just a gun pile? Okay, so where's my unsorted? Oh, I also dropped my storm. Dispose of mace to wield storm. Oh, good. So they've updated... No, because we have the armor. Put the armor on. Can we now pick up the storm? No. So, again, this is an issue. So we've talked about this, basically. You can favorite items. Not if they're in a container. So if I go and I hit the favorite button, it doesn't favorite. So if they're in a container, you can't favorite them. If they're not in a container, you can. So, like, I would have to wield every item I wanted to favorite before I could favorite it. Not with the hotkey. Well, then how else do you do it? With this menu, I guess. So if we favorite this hammer, okay, yeah, that's a good call. Thank you. I did not know that. I thought I had to wield every single item. Okay, I didn't mean to favorite. I mean, I guess we do want to favorite the mace, but I mostly wanted to favorite the lighter. Cleared your first lab. It was the worst lab I could imagine. There were 6 floors, nanofab finale, 2 libraries, and all other unique rooms were prisoner containments. Yeah, prisoner containments is a bummer unless you're looking for CBMs, because they usually do have some scientists in them. Give me a knife, please. Is this really the best butchering knife? Let's check the neighbor's house. They probably have a knife drawer. There might be something better. Yeah, the prisoner containment is one of my least favorite, like, of the special kind of rooms. Obviously, oh, good, lost connection. Great. The armories are probably my favorite just because they hold so much value compared to the other buildings. And then, like, I really like CBM and mutagen comp, like, closets, but I think that those are, like, way rarer than the other type of buildings. I don't really like that. Okay, I can clearly see I'm connected to the internet, so why are you telling me I don't have an internet connection? You appear to be offline. No, I am not. Couldn't get your latest save data. I don't care about that at all. Oh, I'm so frustrated, internet. We couldn't get... Okay. Yay, I helped. Yes, I did not know about that favorite, so that is helpful. completely lost my train of thought. I'm so frustrated by this Xbox thing. I know we keep bringing it up, but like, it's so frustrating. I just need chat on my other screen. Because I can't, like, what you see right now is exactly what I see on my computer, is just this screen. I don't have chat up anywhere, and I can't bring chat up without also bringing it up on your screen. Just because of, since I scale Cataclysm up about 25% so people could easily like see it on mobile, I can't actually use the other like recording methods, so I can only record my display, which is what you're seeing right now. So yeah, can't do without a second screen here. And we've tried using the cell phone before, and that would not work. In fact, last week I tried using my cell phone as a stream deck, and it did not work. So that's been frustrating as well. Because after a while, it just stops displaying. So like I was like, oh, you know, it'll be helpful that way. I can tell when my overlay's up. That way nobody ever gets stuck looking at the overlay like what you see right now. But then that just stopped working. So, oh well, I guess. Screw me. Nothing ever really works out for me. Not to be all victim about it, but like, it sucks. It seems like everything is always against me. I love the extra large text though. I do the same thing in my game. Yeah, it's mostly for mobile users. I know a lot of people watch on mobile, and I really like the idea of them being able to see what's going on. I don't need 2 steak knives. So I try to scale everything up for mobile users, plus it looks a little bit nicer. It was an adjustment. I actually do prefer playing Cataclysm in a higher resolution. I don't like, because this is not very much space on my display here. And then also, this is a very small message log. I really prefer having a really long message log, but after a while, you just get used to pulling up the main log, so it's not that big of a deal. So let's go butcher these animals. I'm so sorry about the interruptions, by the way. I know, like, YouTube especially is going to be frustrated by that. I don't really know what to do about it to fix it, and I didn't think it would be such an ongoing issue. I thought it would be, like, last time this happened, it only happened for, like, 20 minutes, and then for the rest of the stream, it was fine. That's kind of what I was hoping for. It's not really been going that way, so apologies there. Trying to get a little bit more professional every day, and just do a little bit better every time, you know, trying to square away the streams so that it gets a little bit better every stream, but it's not really been working out that way. I play on a TV in my living room. The couch is on the other side of the room. I also am playing on a TV. My screen is actually quite large at the moment. Make the message log bigger. You can change minimap height. Yes, I had some issues with that. It's one of the reasons I pivoted to the solid minimap instead of the pixel minimap. Had a lot of issues with dialing in that height. It really got screwed up. And you can take off the compass unless you use it. I don't often use it, but it's something I'm trying to use more, so I do want that to be there. I do think it brings value. I just have not trained myself to use it. You know what I didn't think about? There might be something on my computer that's eating up bandwidth and competing with the Xbox. Let me take a quick peek at my... No. No, nothing is. Oh, maybe like my antivirus was like acting up. Sometimes it tries to update in the middle of other things and gets screwed up. Doesn't look like that's the issue though. Ethernet. Check my Ethernet connection. I seem to be doing fine. I don't really understand why this is happening. Oh well. Okay, back to the game. So let's butcher these bodies here. We will go full butchery, and since we have a proper butchering tool now, we should actually get a decent amount of meat out of it. Let's have a look here. 10 chunks of meat. Not amazing, but they are just... I've already forgotten. Were they jackals or coyotes? I've forgotten. I think they were coyotes. We'll take everything, including scraps of meat, I think, and the fat. I'm going to leave the organ meat, so I guess when I said I'll take everything, I was lying. I don't really like the organ. We'll take the organ meat, I guess. We're a little desperate for calories at the moment, so we'll take literally everything. Pop that in the old freezer. Take a look. Things are frozen and getting cold. That's good. Let's check our batteries. Yeah, since we charged the storage battery, this will last a lot longer. Prior to that, we only had, like, the main car battery was, I think, the main storage. And it just doesn't have that many charges, so it burns through that stuff pretty quick. We do need to refill our tank at some point.